What's good, everybody? Queen Common Sense back again with another one. Oh my God, I had to get this one out the way early because I'm gonna come back probably a little bit later with a live with y'all to see if you want to chop it up with me. But damn, I'm sorry. I had to do it. I didn't want to do it, but I did want to do it because I wanted this to be a teachable moment. You know how I do. I always come with the come down with the stupidity and calling people to the carpet on the blissful ignorance and animated insanity that we've been dealing with out here in these YouTube and social media streets and reality TV. And it just doesn't apply to only Love and Marriage Huntsville. However, because that is trending, that's why I use certain people from that cast as examples, and you can't ignore a star. Melody is a star, she's just a star. And that sadly, the stupidity that follows her comes with being a rising star and just being born that way with the it factor. Now I went over there uh to Destiny's most recent drop on Mental Mondays, and I kind of got a peekaboo at it with my baby doll trending at some point when she covered a little bit of it as well. And I was pondering, because it's a relatable scenario for me as well, dealing with adult toddlers, in the women of the womanly variety. And some people keep telling me that I'm being harsh and mean, but Destiny's stupid. Okay. She just stupid. Plain old fashioned stupid. And when somebody is insistent and fixated on misunderstanding another person after they have clearly mapped out why they don't trifle with you anymore, after that person has clearly said it, this is why I can't deal with you. Whether they said it to the person directly, whether they've said it on their platform, whether they've said it to mutual people they know in common, it's out there. And for me, I shouldn't have to explain to another grown adult why I ghosted you. Okay? If you can't figure it out on your own or with any context clues, you don't deserve an explanation. And then, furthermore, the fact that I had to fucking ghost you in the first damn place is enough. That tells me all I need to know, that we were never really truly connected on the same frequency. Okay? And this here bullshit on this most recent Mental Monday, you listen. I thought it was a skit if I didn't know any better. Just really bad acting. And where I come from, my hood in Chicago, we call it getting a grip, trying to get a grip, trying, brown nosing, in other words. The corporate term is brown nosing, but we call it trying to get a grip, flossing, pump faking. Do you understand me? Now, before I go any further, I hope everybody under the sound of my voice is doing well today, enjoying their Friday. I am still privately, quietly, but loudly celebrating Virgo season. Okay, I just had a birthday. I turned 53 years wise. Praise God. Okay. And thank God I don't look like what the heck I've been through, baby, because I've been through some shit. And this is one of them I've been through just most recently among the women that I'm related to. They don't understand why I drew the boundary that I drew, my mother and my sister, yet play victim to the fact that my clapback is strong and I'm just not going to be stupid. I had to yank the dagger out of my back that I didn't even know you were sharpening up for moi. And you expect me to move like you move and do like you want me to do and behave the way you want me to behave and be limitlessly available to you, which and override my own needs and self-care and my own boundaries. This is what I'm getting from Destiny. Okay? And it's satirically ironic how she named that damn live stream Mental Mondays, because she is a mental case. Okay? And I'm very disturbed at this so-called life coach and the unmitigated enabling. I don't know if anybody can feel me on that. Now here, listen. We gonna listen to this because this was 2 years ago. Okay. This here was 2 years ago where Cap and Kimmy came along with her messy self and decided she was going to, dig up some old dead works when Melody is trying to move forward and turn the corner, outside of the divorce, outside of, all of the things that the rest of the cast seem to, have a problem moving on when it's not even their situation to move on from. Does that make sense? Like, because you know what I'm going through in my life, you might feel some kind of way about it, but now I'm past that, and you keep dragging me backwards to that because you have not let it go yet. You still processing what I'm going through, but you want me to stay in that previous space because that's where I was the last time you saw me, checked in on me, or even discussed anything with me was when I was in that negative, painful space. Now that I'm emerging from there, you want to drag me back to there by bringing up what had happened and why, because you can't seem to process that I have moved on. I don't know if that makes sense, but here we go. Peep this. Melody made it clear to Cap and Kimmy and silly, sloppy Stormy here sitting at this table here 2 years ago. Let's peep. And then we're gonna move on to the next because I got some good stuff for you. I want to show you some, see if what you think after this. But we're gonna listen to this first one. It's real short. Then we're gonna jump around a little bit to this here Mental Mondays, friends or not. Let's take a look at this, listen at Melody explaining why she and Destiny will never be in a good place again after what the hell she did. And I don't blame her. I don't blame any woman, man, child, Anybody with a sound mind and discernment and self-awareness, I don't blame anybody for ghosting another motherfucker who they can't trust. Okay, I'm just put it to you plain. Pardon my French, but I don't blame anybody for just getting little, making air between me and thee, and don't explain. No, I don't owe you no explanation, because if you were my friend, I wouldn't have had to ghost you. Okay. And I'm going to preserve my precious energy and mental peace by just walking away with my dignity and not waste my energy on trying to drill through your thick skull why I ghosted you in the first place. If I got to explain the shit to you, you don't have enough self awareness to understand the explanation. And if I did take the time to explain it to you, this is what I don't understand. That's why I call destiny stupid, purposefully ignorant. This is why. Now, let's listen to this clip real quick because I can preach all day. Y'all already know that. Let's go.
You have got to check out Sonobello's summer savings event.
Destiny and I were able to get together, and we actually had a chance to sit down and talk. And in that conversation, I shared with her, for one, when we were all on the stage, and it was stated that, I don't know where we are. I haven't heard from her or spoken to her, whatever it was, since we rapped. And I didn't expose what I could have exposed, which was, I have text messages where I was checking on you, inviting you to breakfast, you want to go to another, after we rapped. So I told her I didn't like her trying to make it seem a certain way in that moment.
So, did you think you and Destiny will ever be in a good place after this?
In a good place?
Yeah, well, not a good place.
What do you
just
mean?
back to how you were. Never.
I can't imagine y'all are at this place right this second.
Destiny knows deep down inside how great of a damn friend I've been to her. But see, the thing is, you publicly out here saying so you gotta publicly be a different way.
And I don't know how it's gonna bode in the long run as far as all of our relationships moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Because you mentioned that at this point, you're not feeling all that warm and fuzzy with Destiny. You're not feeling all that warm and fuzzy with Tisha. So,
What?
I want to have a housewarming for Jalen.
What's the question?
My question is, would you come?
Who else gonna be there?
Well, the normals, Carnice is gonna be there. My girl Rosemary, Patricia probably come. Obviously, I'm gonna invite Marceau and Tisha. I'm gonna invite them because they're family. I probably invite Destiny. I didn't have no reason not to. The only person I really wasn't intending on inviting right out was Martell.
You weren't gonna invite Martell?
Well,
Good guy Martell?
don't start with me. We've had this conversation. And when he was a turd, he's a turd, and I got you. But the last time you and I had a conversation, you asked me not to invite both of y'all at the same time. And that's what I'm trying to do.
So if I wasn't coming, you'd invite him?
I don't know. I don't know.
Why don't you know?
Because he's just got this, it's just drama that seems to follow him right now, that seems to drag other people in that don't necessarily need to be in. Me being other people.
As a friend, I wish you had that energy whenever he was putting me through all that hell. You was talking about how good of a guy Martell is.
And listen,
good, how big of a heart he has.
And Melody, I'm gonna say Martell has a big heart. I'm gonna say that today. And that's the part about this that makes it hard for me. And I'm gonna...
This is why I call her Cap and Kimmy. Because, yeah, many things can be true at the same time. However, light and darkness can't occupy the same space at the same time. Okay, a narcissist is a narcissist. And what appears to be a person with a good heart, when you're referring to a narcissist, that is the delusion of them being a good person. That is an illusion. You're delusional and you're being gaslit into believing that this person has a big heart who will deliberately cheat on his wife for multiple years and risk his family's life with a very dangerous virus, all for 15% side dish. Anybody that can sit back and have the same dossier of information about hotel and still say he has a big heart is delusional. I'm here to break the news to you, Captain Kimmy. Martell does not have a big heart of anything but selfishness, Jezebel energy, and being an epic leech. That's as simple put as I can make it. You are an opportunity if you are in his crosshairs. Okay? So, everything that he has tried to promote that is negative about Melody, he was projecting his own shortcomings onto his ex-wife. Now, let's finish this up. We go to the next one. Let's go.
Assume at some point it made it hard for you when you were
Sometimes,
in the relationship.
till I realized that
because
it's
when he was in he was ready to go, and then when he poured on the nice, you were like, hey, he's kind of nice.
Kimmy's thought that now that Martell's shenanigans are affecting her, so she's going to keep her distance, you're kind of now getting to experience what I've been experiencing all along. All I can say is welcome to my world.
I'm saying at this point, I don't need the energy and the foolishness that he's bringing down the pike. So I want you to come, is what I'm saying. And so that's why I'm asking.
I'll
y'all.
come.
Thank you.
You know I love Jalen. I'll come.
I know.
And there you go. Do you see even still how much grace and polish and class Melody handles this with? You know, she didn't go below the belt, but she did stand on business and say, where was this energy when he was putting me through all of this? Because Kimmy, you knew he was cheating on Melody. And because of your own low self-esteem and low self-worth and male identification, you didn't want to let the cat out the bag about Martell, because then that would make a chain reaction for Martell to start letting the cat out the bag about your husband and his brother. Okay? So now that's that on that, because Kimmy gets under my skin. She makes the backside of my eyeballs itch. Okay? Now we're gonna hop over here, Lord, to Friends or Nah, Mental Mondays, right? Destiny still chewing on that same old cud. As my grandmother, that cow still chewing that same old cud. That means that woman is still gossiping. That woman is still messy. That woman is still talking about irrelevant things in life when she should be investing her time and energy into building her own family, taking care of her own gaggle of children or her own responsibilities. She's chewing cud. That's gossiping and being messy and being just obstinate to the flow of peace and unity and harmony among the village. That's what that means. So, pardon me, we're going to go peep this, and I'm going to speed it up just a touch because I don't want to be on here long. And then there's a follow-up sound bite that I want to share with you to sew this on up for the people who are critical thinkers and don't mind being the one that goes against the grain, no matter what's trending and what's popular and what keeps the natives calm. See, I don't play that. Even if I dislike a person's character or their behavior, or I just don't care for their energy, but when they are correct, they are correct. And when they're not, they're not. I don't give a fuck if I like you like that or I fuck with you like that or not. Right is right and wrong is wrong. In the spiritually righteous sense, what is ordained by how the masterful creator has commanded us to behave according to the will of the universe, because it's just certain universal laws you don't fuck around with. And one of them is being a clout chasing fence rider, professional victim. Okay, now let's go. I'm sorry, I'm a little full. I've been watching, been doing my thing in the bushes and stuff like that. So I'm playing a little bit of catch up. Let's go. Mental Mondays, y'all. Let's peep this
This
here
holiday
because we got a
season,
little commercial. We're gonna let that rock out. And I'm gonna show you why I keep telling y'all Destiny stupid. Okay? Destiny is stupid. And she's deliberately stupid. And then this life coach here, Deon, she's an enabler. She's not, in my opinion, she's not helping Destiny do anything but stay in the lane of a victim because they both have the same sacral chakra worshiping energy. Your sacral chakra is right by your tailbone. That is where the kundalini resides. Your sexual energy. And sexual doesn't mean intercourse. Okay. Your sexuality, your appetite, how you conduct yourself when you are in a sexual space. And that can motivate a lot of different things, creativity and a lot of other things. It's not just about bumping uglies. Okay. But when you are driven solely by your sacral chakra and the rest of your chakras are not in alignment, we get a Destiny and a Deon, and we get a Stormy, and we get a Tisha, and we're gonna get on Tisha next, being a low rider, video vixen, a pinup girl, poking her hind parts back at the camera, talking about black meat, with her husband squatting down in the prison pose on the flyer, looking like he just did a bid, a dime bid upstate some damn where, and he got his jump offs in the back to make him look like big player pimp, and that's his wife. And he has a young adult son and two daughters looking at their mama. Let's go. Listen, here we go. Okay, Mental Mondays. We're gonna speed it up just a little hair here, and I'm gonna show you why I say Destiny stupid as hell. Okay, I don't like doing this. I don't like coming at black women like this or black men. But when you stupid, you stupid. Okay, when you dumb, you dumb. When you slow. And where I come from, you know, my sister in Chicago, Destiny, I don't know how she from Detroit, okay? Because the Midwest, we don't listen. We don't play around with women like Destiny. Destiny's dangerous. Destiny has the potential to be a home wrecker. We already know she has the qualification and the resume of a side chick. All right, we already know that she is a dingbat and she has zero self-awareness, and unless it pertains to her busting it open for someone else, for someone else's man, or being a fence riding, delusional, copycatting, jealous mutant. Because, as we've said it a million times, girl code. What fucking girl code? So why are we still talking about are we friends or not? Or is Dr. Shanita really a friend to Melody or not? Why are y'all still reaching? That's my question. But let's go. We go listen. We're gonna get through this real quick, okay? Because I got something real good for y'all to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, to verify it for us. All confirmation is good. Okay. Let's go. They're getting ready to talk about the beach scene here. Okay, so trigger warning. Those of y'all who tune into the Royal TP over here, I don't like stupid people. Okay, I don't like deliberately stupid, ignorant, messy folk, especially black women, because we already have enough stereotypes to fight through before we open our mouth. People are already assuming the worst, the lowest form, and the lowest behavior from us. So when they don't get that and they second guess and underestimate, all right, they head spinning. Oh, she's not really a ratchet, is she? No. And this is why I don't like Destiny, okay? Because she makes it more difficult for those among us who have dignity and standards. Okay, let's go. My bad. A little bit too slow. One second, y'all. Sorry about that. Oh, I can't take it, y'all. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Destiny is slow. And this is what happens when mothers do not pour into their daughters properly, when they don't speak life into their little girls and show them how beautifully unique they are, and they don't have to compare themselves to their peers in any way. That whatever skin tone of melanated beauty that that they're born with is beautiful in it of itself, without any comparison, without any contrast, without any confusion. You feel me? That's how you know you've mothered your daughter properly, when she does not have these scars. And now life happens. Somebody's going to break your baby girl's heart. Hopefully, it's not you as her mother. And that's what we have here: a string of disappointments, a string of being let down and misled, or not led correctly by our first and most important teacher, our mother. Okay, so that's why I struck a chord when Melody had that impromptu discussion about motherless daughters on TikTok a while ago. That's why these two heifers had to come up here and act like hit dogs that holler. Okay, let's go. I'm sorry. Come on, come on, y'all. I love you.
Because Mondays is later for every other Monday's later for us.
Okay. All right. So we did roll call. Let's just go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna start from the beginning. I'm gonna tell you, I tried to take notes this time, and I'm gonna have to concentrate. I tried to take notes this time, man. Whew, it's hard, like, to do it like that. I still got to get my foot into this. So I'm gonna start at the beginning. Lord. I'm just go ahead and start at the beginning, at the beach scene. So to be honest with you, Destiny, you'll probably be surprised. The beach scene was actually the most, I don't know if it was the most trigger. It was trigger and it was funny all at the same time. For me, it was the most, surprisingly, at the table, while the table was triggering, the beach scene was actually more triggering to me. And I'll tell y'all why. And then you can let me know, Destiny, you can let me know what part was more triggering to you. Did you watch the whole episode? I cannot with you. I cannot. So let me look at my notes. I'm gonna be doing a little bit more looking at my notes.
I'm still watching Bridgerton. I am still on episode 3.
Girl, keep peace. Keep your peace, girl.
I try to watch TV. You be watching TV. Be watching me.
Yes. So
so
they catch us up. First of all, I'm just gonna start. Shanita is telling everybody, they show us again what the definition of an ops is. They do a flashback, and she's sitting in a room, and she said, well, the ops is somebody who can sit in a room with people they don't like.
That's not an op. That's actually not the definition of an op.
But that's her definition. So we're going to go off her working definition of what an op is. So, okay. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay. So this is an op. And my thing is, I don't know whether to laugh at some of this stuff, or I have mixed feelings. It's part comedy, and it is the hypocrisy. I think that's the part that's so funny. But it's part comedy and part triggering. So I had mixed feelings about it. So
I was told.
All right, fam, another commercial. Destiny really is desperate if she doing YouTube content and now she got AdSense set up. You know she needs some money, child. She better do something and get smart and get on the bandwagon, okay? And turn her pain into power, okay? Melody already put the blueprint out there on how to do it the correct way and keep your dignity intact and really be inspiration to other people. You know what I'm saying? Come on now, we all see them doing it. Melody is a pioneer of social media, bringing everything to the forefront and sharing her story to hopefully be of some help and inspiration to another woman, women, children, whoever, to exit out of abusive relationships. I don't care what capacity of a relationship it is. Let's skip this ad. Let's go. I'm sorry, y'all.
So this is the part that I just found so funny. She said,
compare
it's
themselves
not
to
in my
Jesus.
mind, huh?
I just saw a comment said, then compare themselves to Jesus.
It was so much happening. So Shanita says, when she's looking at them walk, Tisha, Kimmy, and Stormy, they're in the water. She's looking at them, and she looks over.
The pictures and the asses, they looked good.
They did. They
They
did.
look good.
They did. She says, so they're talking. They're separated. There are two separate groups. You got Mel, Shanita, Sunny, and Nell. They're all sitting together. Then in the other group in the water, you got Tisha, Kimmy, and Stormy. These names, they're too much alike. Okay.
Where's Trish?
Where is Trish? Was Trish out there? I don't remember seeing her. Anyway, Shanita says, now in my mind, it tells me when you walk away and when you go in a group, you're talking about me. She looks over at them and goes, hey, you know what? They're talking about the ops. And she's like, you know what this tells me? That they are over here talking about me or talking about you, right? So, and I'm thinking the whole time, they go back and forth. It's hilarious. They go back and forth between the two. You got the one group who like, see, this why you can't trust them. They talking about us. And then they flash over, this is the hilarious part. They flash over to Tisha and them, and they're talking about, well, how are we gonna keep the peace? I'm like, this is freaking funny. So they're over there talking about, how are we going to keep the peace? Like, how are we going to bring destiny into the situation? I'm kind of worried about Mel. What's going on? And these people over here like, see, girl, they talking about us. And I'm like, you mean like what you're doing right now? It was just so funny to me. I'm like, y'all can't be serious. But I love that production caught both conversations. Was I the only one who thought that was funny? Like, they're over there talking about peace. These people are over here talking about destruction.
Yeah, you are the only one that thought that shit was funny because that they were basically talking about the same thing about I'm not gonna have no bullshit. You're not gonna come try to knock me off my square. You can create your own throne and sit on your own throne next to me. But this is my motherfucking throne and I'm not gonna move off of it for none of y'all motherfuckers. That's what they were talking about. And this is the way it's gonna be. This is my trip. This is the way the rooms got divvied up. And that's that. We're here to have fun. But before 10-minute mark of the trip being underway, we have a room assignment gate. Okay? Mel didn't start that bullshit. She just assigned the rooms. Okay? Y'all said you want to bring +1, you're going to have to share a room. Okay, I'm cool with it. But now all of a sudden you show up and now you ain't cool with it. So you damn right. I would be sitting amongst the people that I gravitate to who share the same high frequency with me. Yeah, they over there talking about us. Okay, so I don't care what the subject matter is. They talk about how do we keep the peace. Okay, yeah, do you still talk about them? They were still talking about them. The ops was still talking about Mel and the crew over there because they still felt some kind of way that A, Mel came squatted up. B, they didn't really have a righteous, valid reason to behave the way they did before they even got to through day one of the trip. Okay, they didn't even get to dinner good before all the bullshit jumped. Okay, let's go.
So the conversation gets worse. This is where I'm like, what is going on?
Hey, Peggy. Sorry.
So then they start talking. Mel agrees and says it's like when Judas betrayed Jesus, because right after he betrayed him for some pieces of silver, he sat down and ate with them.
Where did that come from?
Girl, this conversation. Now, I think there's two ways to say it. You know, like sometimes people may use biblical references. She may not.
Okay. Y'all already know this right here just really, really ticked me off. Where'd that come from? You. It came from you, Dusty. You're a betrayer. Okay. You sat on the couch with Martell and let him tell you you're going to pick him over Mel. And that's what the fuck you did. Not only did you do that, you were aiding and abetting him by helping him continue to promote the negative narrative, attacking her character and being very disrespectful to her mother and her children. Okay? So if you were or considered yourself Melody's friend, then what's wrong with her comparing the betrayal that she felt from you to the same betrayal Jesus felt from Judas? Jesus was a human being too. And they unalived Jesus for being Christian and teaching God's word. Okay? Following God's truths as a man. So the analogy is accurate. You ignorant heifer, you. Let's go.
I have been directly comparing herself to Jesus, but it's the principle of the conversation. It's the principle. Like you are betraying. It's like a Judas level betrayal. If somebody can sit down and eat with you and not like you, aren't y'all all doing the same thing? I'm like, this is bananas.
This is what I mean by enabling. This is not a life coach, because if she was life coaching and giving her unbiased perspective as a life coach, she would have caught, just like any other life coach that got on here. Dr. Shanita had not met any of these ladies. She said it out of her mouth. I don't know none of these people. I came on this trip. I don't want to be on TV, but I'm here in support of my friend. And just from what I see, the behavior from these ladies, I can tell already who's the ops. It's a lot of ops sitting at this damn table, in my opinion. And so far, we haven't really missed yet, have we? Let's go. These these people, y'all listen. That's why I stay in the house. That's why I don't deal with a lot of women. Unfortunate, but true. This is why I can only do 3 women at a time, not counting myself. I could do a collective of 4 women for, I'll give you 4 hours. 4 hours at a time. If I can rock with you as a sister, we can have a sister date and we rock all day, then I know you special because you love peace. You love the high frequency energy of peace, feeling good, having a nice time, enjoying the day, the weather, the ambiance, the atmosphere, whatever we're doing. We're enjoying each other's sisterly company, and it ain't no bullshit. Okay. We see what's going on with these. You can dress them up, but you can't really let them in the party. You understand? Let's go.
Bananas. Are y'all all sitting down eating with people that you don't like? Are you all doing this Judas level betrayal? So I was confused. I didn't know whether to laugh at the way they were going back and forth between the conversations. Like the people who were presenting themselves as being so positive were actually the people who were being negative. And the people that are talking about being negative are over here like, how are we going to make sure this trip stays peaceful? Ooh, comedy. Okay, so that was the first part. And then the piece that I think was actually more clarifying. It gave me more insight into how Mel is thinking about the group. She says this. They're talking about storming. And she says, you have
not too much on my girl. Not too much on my girl.
Huh?
Not too much on my girl. What they say?
So she's talking about storming, and she says, you have.
Oh, I did see this clip. Okay, go ahead. Okay. All right.
You have people who come over here in this circle and feel like they finna become the head B. I'm not gonna curse, in charge. That's when S gets effed up when you try to dethrone me. What?
That's some boss shit right there. That's when you get trucked up by trying to dethrone me, because I built this throne with the bricks and stones that you ops threw at me. Okay, starting with my ex, the one that was the closest to me. Okay, so yeah, I broke bread with a op. I was married to the ops. You dig? So don't you think I can detect a op when I see one? You smiling all in my face, but behind my back, you trying to dig a ditch and a hole to plant me in? Well, while you back there digging, you better dig too. Okay? Because if you plant me, I'ma plant your ass too. Okay? So this is how you know you dealing with somebody who is a flosser. Okay? Like I said, a pump faker. Okay? Fugaga. Foo-foo. Okay? That's what we call them back home. Foo-foo. Let's go.
What are we talking about? What throne? What is the throne?
The throne is her empire that she built not once but twice. Okay. The first one she had to cut it short because she wasn't going to let nobody leech and ride her coattails that she wasn't married to nor can trust. That's why I call Destiny a groupie, because she feels that because someone is abundant in whatever, success, money, or whatever, that she feels, well, I know you, we cool, so I'm entitled to a piece of that pie that you worked hard for. That's how she treated LeBaric when they was married. Oh, he got a good job, he got his own business, he got his own resources and assets in abundance. So I'm entitled to do whatever I so please with those resources, even after we are divorced and divorcing and have moved on and closed that chapter. I still feel entitled to have access to you freely and your resources. I'm a squat. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. I'm going to have over who I want to have over in my marital home, my side piece, my sugar daddy, whatever, because I have your son and he is the free ticket and the meat shield for me to not take accountability and stand on my own damn business and get my life together. Moses said it. You had too much shit going on and you could not invest in building with me. You didn't have what it took. Okay? Let's go.
What somebody, now I'm gonna be honest, I really could be missing something, because truthfully, Destiny, when you weren't on the show last year, when you quit the show last year and you weren't on the show, I did not watch it like that.
Why she gotta say it three, four? When you quit, when you know, no, she was uninvited. She was fired. Okay, she was asked not to return. Destiny didn't quit shit. Destiny don't know when to go home. Destiny does not know when to shut up. Destiny has no chill switch. She has no discernment. She has no self-awareness unless it will benefit her in some way, and usually it's by playing the victim. Let's listen. If I was on that girls trip, especially when Destiny stood up at the table, baby, I'm gonna leave that right there. Let's go.
So I could have honestly missed something. But can somebody please catch me up on this?
Hey, say hi, Law. He won't leave until you do.
Hey, Law.
How do it?
I do it good.
Wait, yes, I got the markers.
Oh my God.
Okay. But yeah, so did I miss something? Y'all catch me up. If I missed something from last season, because I haven't seen it this season, did I miss something where Stormy came in and had behavior that suggested that she was trying to dethrone somebody? Did I miss that? What does that look like? What does it look like to come in and dethrone somebody? What's the behavior? Because I didn't see it this season. I watched this season and I didn't see it. You know what I saw? I saw a woman come in there, successful, brilliant in her own right. Not trying to, I don't see her trying to compete with anybody. I just think she's a whole movement. This girl built a multi-million-dollar business, lost it, built it again. That's what I saw. That's what I saw. I saw a woman loving on her husband, loving on her babies, making friends. That's what I saw. Did y'all see anything else? Did you see a dethroning? Did you see a coup? I'm gonna take over. And take over what? What are we taking over? What does it look like to dethrone somebody? What's the
Say what, Law?
I know.
He said, I don't know.
You don't know? Auntie don't know either. I don't know either.
Wait a minute. Did she just say Auntie doesn't know either? I thought this was a professional relationship. I thought this was her life coach slash therapist role, but now she calls herself auntie to a young toddler that's not related to you, but this is your life coach client, Destiny, with her son on here, but you now you auntie status, huh? Okay, let's go. And I got a glimpse of Law now. I got something to say about that too, but we'll wait for that for later. Okay, it's nothing negative. It's just an observation. All right, we're not on here to bully nobody or harass anybody or make anybody feel any kind of way, but the truth. And the truth is not always pleasant. It's not always gonna massage your ego. It's not always gonna make music in your ears. Okay, the truth is the truth with no emotion. If you get caught up in your fifis over somebody telling you the truth about why they don't truck with you, that's a you problem. And you need to reevaluate where you stumbled and fumbled that friendship, and make sure you make the personal adjustments you need to make so you don't ever make that mistake again if you get a second chance with somebody else, because Melody done with your ass, okay? That's that. So you might as well swallow that crow, eat that crow, and understand and own that it was you and your big mouth, fence riding, leeching groupie self that made Melody ghost you, period. Okay? And very similar reasons why she did the rest of the people the same damn way. Okay, let's go. Let's go a little bit more.
What does it look like?
Probably one of the biggest questions that we get.
Sorry, fam. We got another commercial coming. That's trying to get her little bag. She got to do her little AdSense here. Let's go.
I couldn't find it, y'all. I'm searching. If y'all can find it, please, 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 in the chat later on, please send me something that shows where, send me to the episode where Stormy comes and tries to dethrone her. I need to find that. I need to find that. And to like, and I'm thinking, the head be in charge. In charge of what? In charge of what? Destiny, what does that even mean? What does it mean to be in charge?
I'm in charge of the girls. That's what I think about all the night. I'm in charge.
In charge of her own life and her own boundaries and her own truth and her own reasons why she walked away from certain people and cut certain people off. In charge of what direction she would like to go with her life, her her path, her business plan, if she want to be a part of the damn comeback group or not. That's what in charge of herself. Okay? That type of itch, being in total control of herself, BITCH, that acronym, in charge. I run my ship the way that I feel like it. If I want to truck with you or not, that's my decision. You're not going to gaslight me or make guilt trip me into feeling any kind of way about the decision I made about letting go and ghosting this heifer. Okay? Because I don't trust you. And when I have 4 children, 1 child, 10 children, and I'm trying to alleviate and rectify the drama that has been dropped in my lap and in my life by removing said sources of drama and pain, if you want to hook your wagon to that star, so be it. But you can't fuck with me. Okay? That's what Dr. Shanita said to Tish. You're not my friend. You want to be friends with the people that, did the double Dutch clutch with me. I don't get down like that. I can't play 2 sides of one fence. Okay? Because there's the, up, down, like Mr. Miyagi, block up, down. On one side, we're going to paint one side of that fence. Okay? The other side was facing the neighbors. They don't get the pretty side of the fence because I built that bitch. Okay? And I'm not going to paint both sides of the fence to make your ass feel comfortable over there. This fence is for my comfort and privacy. Do you understand? This is what I'm talking about. Enabling. Let's go, y'all.
Charge of the girls. I'm in charge of the girls.
Do y'all remember that scene from Harlem Nights? What's the name? Deon, what's the name of the character she was playing? He was like, "Are you in charge?" Eddie Murphy's like, "Are you in charge?" "Yeah, I'm in charge. I'm in charge of the girl." What does that look like, y'all? What was that? I don't know what that looks like. And what happens to people who dare not acknowledge her superiority, her grandeur? What happens to those people if you dare not acknowledge it? If you dare raise to the same occasion, if you have the audacity to see yourself as equal or more? And I don't even know that Stormy, does Stormy even know she's in a competition? Does she?
You need to ask that question the other way around. Does Melody even know she's in a competition with Stormy? Because Melody ain't checking for none of y'all. That, my dear, is the problem. Miss Non-Life Coach. You know, I'm starting to, take away a little bit of clout that I was trying to give this Deon over here. I thought, okay, maybe she do got a little sense. Maybe she did pick up a little gems to help this child Destiny out, get her mind right. But no, she just as goofy and silly as Destiny and Tisha. Okay, and I think Tisha and her are on the same level. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to stoop down real low intellectually to get on Tisha's level. All right, and anybody that get along with Tisha and Stormy, Destiny, you lose brain cells listening to these people. Okay, so if y'all's energy resonate amongst y'all, Tish, Kim, all y'all over there, then that's it ain't even on Melody's radar because she not checking for you like that. She made it blatantly clear. I don't even think about Destiny. Okay, that's what I had to say to my sister. I don't be checking for you. My prayers are the first thing that come through my mind in the morning, and the same thing at night. I'm praying. Ain't nobody think about your ass. Okay. So what's the problem is why all of a sudden you need to weaponize my child and her safety because she's talking to me again. We're on the men, and now you feel threatened. Why? Ain't nobody checking for your fuck ass. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's go.
Do you even know that? And I don't know that. I'll tell you what I think I see happen to people who dare to who dare
not with me all the time.
Okay.
I'm in charge of the girls. What happened?
Yeah. No, we were just talking about what happens to people who don't acknowledge her as superior. Because if you're in charge, that means you're superior. That
Nothing happens. She keep making her bread. She keep taking care of her own babies and handling her business. She booked and busy. Ain't nobody thinking about y'all motherfuckers over here. That's what I keep trying. You know what I'm saying? This is why I say people will snatch you out of character because you can say something to someone as eloquent and as direct and as calm and as well versed as you can. Listen, okay, how about we just go our separate ways? No, they got to push the boundary and ask why. Because I don't want to talk about it. It's happened. I don't like it. If I got to explain why I don't like it to the person who did it to me, that means I don't like it. I don't like you. I don't like you anymore for what you did, what you said, how you behaved, how you did not consider me in the moment of whatever it is you were doing or saying that was against our connection, promoting, protecting our friendship. Okay, the loyalty. This is why I call this Deon health coach, life coach, whatever the hell she call herself, an enabler. She needs some coaching to the coaching. Okay, that's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. That's what I see. That's what the spirit told me, and I know what I'm talking about. Okay, because I got a sister like Destiny. Let's go.
means you have positioned yourself in this superior place. So what happens to people who don't acknowledge that, who don't go along with that? What I think happens is they get dehumanized, devalued, discarded, and then endlessly harassed by people who think they are doing a good work, but they get a taste for blood because vengeance knows no end. You can't.
Anybody harassing none of these helpers neither. None of the millimeters that I understand to be millimeters harass anybody. They come to their own platform and speak their opinion about whatever is happening, the current trending topics. I know I don't have the desire to harass nobody that I don't fucking like. Okay. Now, if I'm responding to you, that's not harassment. That's me clapping back at the shit you said about me and about mine. You think I'm gonna fall back and continue to give you the grace that you had before our friendship fractured and stay in character when you blatantly, recklessly trying to be cutesy, trying to slick diss me? That's why I say I don't know if Destiny really from Detroit because when you slick this from the Midwest, you slick this me. Oh, we gonna have a conversation and we gonna do it you know, Wild Wild West style. Let's talk about this. We're gonna have a pot of roasters. Let's sit down on this one. We need a G check up from the neck up. Who you talking to like that? What you mean by that? Make it plain. Don't play. Oh, I could have had both Martell and Mel if I wanted to, but I missed the friendship. But Mel ain't ish. Mel was a horrible friend. But every time I turn around, you got my name in your mouth like a shot of tequila. Okay. But as soon as I respond, now it's oh my God. She has a superiority complex. She's a narcissist now. Get the fuck out of here. Let's go.
Can't get satisfied by vengeance. That's what I think happens.
Well, yeah.
That was the most telling part of this whole show. So I'm like,
this is pathetic. I'm sorry. The reaching, it's the reaching for me. You know, it's giving pathetic. It's giving old and tired. It's giving I have nothing else, no other leg, toothpick to stand on. I have grasped and reached for and snatched all the straws and fruitlessly came up with nothing. Dust, smoke, emptiness, helium, hot air, time wasting bullshit to try to justify my disloyalty to somebody who I once called a friend on a level of a sister. Okay, I be damn if a woman called my son a nephew if you not on the seat. We ain't sisters. You my life coach. Auntie what? No, that ain't your motherfucking auntie. Okay, that's mommy's helper. You know, that's somebody mommy pays to assist with enhancing our lifestyle and our spiritual walk through this realm. That's why I call Deon the enabler. You know, the D riding Deon. Then let's do that. How about that? Let's go.
I don't know. To me, it was the part that I was like, man, that's the mindset. And so anybody who doesn't come along and support that mindset, you're the enemy. There is no in between.
Did you know that a simple glass of water could be sabotaging your battle against type 2 diabetes? Pay attention. Blood glucose up to 100 is considered normal. From 100 to 126, you look and it already scares you because you're becoming pre-diabetic. Focus on this, because if you do nothing, in 5 years, 70% of people will become diabetics. This is the standard in medicine. And you know what?
Y'all, commercial jumped up. I had to grab something to drink. Gonna let this rock out just a little bit more. Then we're gonna hop on over to the next. We're gonna tie this up in a nice little bow. You gonna love it. Okay, let's go.
It's like a crab in a barrel mentality.
Yeah, it is. You know, when Sonny came on the scene, you know, and Moses cuffed her and she cuffed him back. It was crabs in the barrel when Tisha, Trisha, Kimmy, Stormy, Nell, all of them tried to jump on Sonny and dogpile Sonny the same way they eventually tried to dogpile Mel for leaving her husband and telling him to kick bricks with Jesus sandals on, okay, and move around and leave me alone so I can live my life and heal from you. Ain't no different. So you're right. You absolutely right, enabler, D Ride and Deon. Let's go.
What would it look like to rise together? Because the other women in the cast seem to be doing that.
I'll show you what it looked like. The comeback group is what it looked like. Is having an opportunity to make big changes and be a pioneer of Black excellence on a show that was pitched by Melody to have the comeback group then turn around and turn into a bunch of scammers, fishers, spammers, and time wasting ratchets and can't sign any assets No liquid assets to sign over as collateral for 52 acres of land. That's what it looked like. That's what people rising together looked like. It fell before it got past the atmosphere. Okay? It fell because before it got out into the stratosphere. And Melody said, "You are not going to clip my damn wings." Okay? At the prime in my life. I'm brilliant. I have a lot of talent. I have sharpened my skills, and I'm finna show out. I'm gonna make a big mark on this place before I cross over and transition. And that's exactly what the hell she did. So that's what it looked like. A bunch of hood boogers who were given an opportunity in a space that they were not accustomed to. Looks. When you never had anything worthwhile that is quality, you don't know how to treat it when you have the opportunity to sit at the table with those who do have it. You do the hood boogery that we saw in season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Because after Melody stepped away and said, "No, I don't think I'm over the comeback group." The Scots snots got their spot blew up because they wanted to play tic-tac-toe with the signature loan instead of just saying we ain't got it. We don't have the clout. We ain't, the bag ain't secure enough for us to join in on this here loan. What we really want is for the Holts to put up the capital, and then we come on board with what we come on board with. And see, Melody don't do business, don't do back alley business like that. And I don't blame her for going, "Thank you, no thank you. This door's closed. Knock on the next one. I don't know what I'll tell y'all, but I got big things cooking." Okay. To the point where she has purchased her network, her portion of it in cash. Okay. And then went down a little further into her queendom on her throne and got a whole nother property somewhere else that she purchased with cash. Okay. So that's what the hell it looked like. D Ride and Deon. Okay. You on my nerves. Let's go.
It is an ensemble cast.
It is, but there is this invisible pecking order. I learned that today. That was confirmed. There is a pecking order. There's somebody who's sitting at the top. If you got to be the HB in charge, if you got to be the head be in charge, that means you see a pecking.
You put the pecking order in place by enabling Destiny to think that somehow Melody has translated riding in her own lane over into "I'm the HBIC." And all I've ever heard Melody say is, "In my house, I'm the queen." Okay? This is my show. So yeah, I'll see you at work, motherfucker. Okay, because if I really wanted to, you wouldn't be here back on this show. All right? So yeah, she's the HBIC in her house. She never goes to anyone else's house or platform and try to take over and show that, "Oh, I can be the HBIC over here in your yard as well." That it would be Destiny and silly sloppy Stormy doing that shit. And Tisha tried it, but it didn't work. It flopped before it could get wind underneath those sails. Okay, let's go just a little bit more. I can't take too much, but let's do this.
Order, and people can't outgrow that pecking order. That is dysfunction, y'all. If you put that into any group, anybody with any sense of themselves, any agency, they're going to rebel against.
Here's the thing. If you stop trying to copy off of Mel's paper, eyes on your own damn paper. How about that? Stop watching her every move. The girl can't pass gas without Destiny, Tisha, or Stormy smelling it. Okay? So why don't y'all just cut the foo-foo and just stop it? Just enough already. Because everything that Melody has created in some way, shape, or form or fashion, one of these helpers has tried to remix, chop it up, and put it into place some kind of way, and it did not land well. Everybody can. This is what I mean by playing in my motherfucking face, yo. Don't play in my face and act like you don't understand why we are in the space we are in now. Okay, if I gotta slow walk you backwards, then you just a backwards motherfucker, okay? And you gonna be backwards, and I'm gonna let you keep floundering trying to figure it out while I continue to get to the bag. Okay, let's go.
And then you have the person over here, like, now we got the mature people, like Destiny's coming. Do not engage her. Don't do this. You know, Destiny's coming. And then what does the mature, I don't know if she's a life coach or what Shanita say. What advice does she give, Sonny? Flash your ring. You mean antagonize the situation? That's your path to peace?
She said that?
She said that. As often as you can, I would be antagonistic. That's what she said. These are the peace seekers, by the way.
Y'all hear this? You mad because I would do that too. Every time Destiny opened her mouth about my husband and my relationship, I keep putting, I sure would. I put my left hand up on my chin, spread my fingers nice and wide on the side of my left cheek. I would reach for everything with my left hand, with my ring finger stuck, pointing out. You can talk all the crap you want to talk. He married me, though. That's the bottom line. And you brought your sorry ass back on the show to tell your side of the story as if it was going to change anything. You still look stupid. By any stretch of the imagination, other than D-Ride and Deon, okay, you still look stupid. And anybody that don't tell their friend, y'all better get your friend Tisha. You better get your friend Kimmy. Tell her behind closed doors. Why you scared? You scared of Destiny? You scared to tell her the truth? I'd be like, look, yo, sis, my girl, now that everybody sleep, let's go for a walk. Take her out there on that beach. We walking in the little moonlight, sister. We gonna have a sister powwow now, Destiny. You know, you coming with bullshit, okay? And even if I didn't like Mel also, I would be like, look, hey, I feel you on that tip. I get it. Y'all energy don't jive like that no more. Okay, maybe I don't like her either, okay? Just hypothetically speaking, for the sake of argument. Okay, let's just say that I don't like Mel's energy. Okay, so what? But hey, that was foul. You lie. That's a lie. We all know you sitting up here lying. You sound stupid, okay? Why are you doing that to yourself? You making me look stupid because I'm supposed to have your back, and I'm not gonna propagate this bullshit you talking here at this table to this woman telling her that she was helping the side dish cheat respectfully. You stupid. How come none of your friends is telling you this? Why ain't D-Ride and Deon life coaching properly? All right? Slash auntie. Listen. This is what I mean. This is what I mean when I see a bunch of bullshit. I know bullshit when I see it. And nobody gonna gaslight me and make me think that I'm reading into it wrong. I know when somebody's playing in my damn face. Okay, I hope that, well, Destiny ain't got no money, so I don't know if Deon getting paid for this or not. If she getting AdSense kickbacks from this here, from YouTube, or like, I don't know. That, y'all, let's figure it out. Let's put this puzzle together, okay? Since we try to figure out what we figuring out, what is really in it for D-Ride and Deon? That's what I want to know. Enabling this girl to be stupid. I'm sorry. Let's go. A little bit more.
I don't know whether to laugh or pray. I just know it feels.
Right.
I don't know which. So I had to do both, y'all. I had to laugh and pray because what are we looking at? What are we looking at? Yeah.
You know what I think about that?
We're looking at a fifth wheel who was invited by a jump off, who said it was okay that they would have to share a room, And then when they got the room that they got, they decided to feel like they was disrespected and then started acting like a bunch of romper room toddlers running all around other people's property, howling and screeching like hyenas. Mean Girl high school Girl Scout trip, camping trip, because they didn't get the tent or the room or the space that they wanted based on clout. Oh, I've been on the cast long enough. I should have got a better room than this. No, that's not how we did it. We did it based on personality and energy. So if you feel that you was disrespected by giving the room you was giving them, what was said was solely struck a nerve that deep in you that you got to sit up on a live stream for over an hour and a half trying to dissect if my friends who have always been my friends are really my friends or not. And y'all motherfuckers just met over there on this show, then that math ain't math and that sense ain't sensing. Okay? If you got to do all of that, trying to figure out what are we doing here, this what it looks like. You need to laugh because it's laughable. This shit is hilarious. It's so ridiculous. It is funny. You need to laugh and then pray. That's what you need to do, D. Ride and Deon. You need to laugh first at your friend right here, and then pray for clarity and better discernment, darling. That's what the fuck you need to do. I'm so sick of females like this, y'all. I'm sorry. Let's go.
That Mistress 85 said, you know, it's the mindset. Look at the examples that were given about me at the table. It was Taco Tuesday, it was the party, and it was the reunion. All of those are incidents, I guess, where I didn't stay in my place.
Yeah.
This the dry snitching I be talking about. This the dry snitching on yourself. Destiny. I didn't stay in my place. Remember the other comments she made at the table about how, it's like you talking to a little child. You talking to me like I'm a little child and this and that. And then Tisha chimes in and goes, are you really listening to her, Mel? And then Mel was like, it's not going to go well, Tisha, if you keep trying to referee. Okay, because the referee gets slapped sometimes too in an MMA match. So you stay in your slow lane on the right-hand side of the Dan Ryan Highway where all the trucks and semis drive slow and let me handle this Spitfire over here. I got this. Okay, don't try to get your retribution through destiny. Okay, because you gonna get dragged next. Let's go.
And that's the expectation that you'll get in line, stay in your place. So I'd be really curious to know what it would look like for people to reign with her, to be her equals. What would that look like? I'd be curious to know.
I tell you what, it looked like a Dr. Shanita. It looked like a Sharnita Horton. It looks like a Lauren. It looks like a manager Michelle. It looks like her crew that works with her. It looks like her mother. Okay. It looks like all of her friends that she was gracious enough to introduce us to and share little bits and pieces and tidbits of what they have to offer by tuning into their platforms and their businesses and their acumen of knowledge that they know can possibly help people elevate and create generational wealth and legacy of wealth in the Black community, aiming at Black damn excellence. Okay, now I'm done with this because I'm upset now. Okay, I can't do it no more. I might come back and do a part 2. I don't know. I can't take it. But peep this piece with me here. You know how we do. Shout out to Narcissists Exposed. Okay? Cause we got to wrap it up in a nice little bow and understand what confirmation is very helpful. Okay, for these things when we dealing with these stealthy, very unskilled, unintelligent, folk who think that they're entitled to try to dictate and delegate how you navigate through betrayal. Okay, navigate through narcissistic abuse. Okay, let's go. Let me rewind just a little hair. Okay.
other words, they've found a way to manipulate the idea of high vibration to serve their ego, rather than transcend it. What makes these individuals so dangerous is that they don't just want admiration, they want devotion. They thrive on being seen as enlightened or spiritually superior, and they use this image to manipulate those around them. Unlike the classic narcissist who demands attention in obvious ways, high vibration narcissists play a more subtle game. They use spirituality, wisdom, or personal development as their tools of manipulation.
You see this? Do you understand? Spirituality, emotional and mental development as tools of manipulation, convincing others that they have the answers. Huh? Let's go.
Convincing others that they have the answers, that they are somehow more evolved or in tune than the rest of us. And if you're not careful, it's easy to fall into their trap. The danger of high vibration narcissists lies in their ability to make you doubt yourself. They present themselves as being above petty human flaws, and because they often speak the language of self-improvement and enlightenment, you may start to believe that they genuinely have your best interests at heart. You might think, this person is so spiritual, so wise, they must be right. But here's where the manipulation begins. High vibration narcissists will subtly undermine your confidence, making you feel like you're not evolved enough, that you need to work harder to raise your own vibration, or that you'll never be on their level unless you follow their guidance. It's a sophisticated form of control that's harder to detect because it doesn't come across as overt abuse. It feels like a spiritual critique. One of the key traits of high vibration narcissists is their ability to gaslight you under the guise of helping you grow. Gaslighting, as you probably know, is a form of psychological manipulation where the manipulator makes you question your own reality, memory, or perception. In the case of high vibration narcissists, they twist your spiritual or emotional growth into a weapon. For example, they might criticize your progress in meditation or personal development, making you feel inadequate. But instead of owning this criticism as their opinion, they frame it as a universal truth. They might say things like, "You're just not in tune with your higher self right now," or "Your energy is too low for us to connect on a deeper level." These kinds of statements make you feel like you're spiritually inferior, while boosting their own sense of superiority. What's especially insidious is how they can make their manipulation seem like spiritual wisdom. They'll tell you that they're just helping you, that they want you to grow and evolve, but the truth is, they're reinforcing their control over you. They get you to believe that you need them to reach a higher vibration or a more enlightened state. It's just...
You hear that? Y'all heard it. Okay, we're gonna let this commercial rock out, but you heard it. Is that not what I'm seeing here with D-Rod and Deon? Huh? Mess around with Big D Energy Destiny with her delusional, dangerous self. We can do alliteration with the letter D. I have a huge lexicon. Okay? This is why I say women like this make me itch. They make the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. They make my eyelashes curl. And that's a woman that I want nothing to do with. I don't want them around my children, whether they're adults or not. I don't want them around Apollo. I don't want them around me, my food, anything I have to drink. I don't want them around anybody that's precious to me. Understand? Nothing. Let's go. My computer hating on me, y'all. My bad. My bad.
Classic
Here we go.
narcissistic behavior, creating dependence while presenting themselves as your savior. Another hallmark of high vibration narcissists is their need for adulation, but they go about seeking it in a different way than the classic narcissist. Instead of demanding praise outright, they make you feel like you're the one who's lucky to be in their presence. They craft an aura of mystique around themselves, often positioning themselves as spiritual guides, healers, or wise mentors. They don't have to outright ask for your admiration because you feel compelled to give it to them. Their entire persona is designed to make you believe that they are on a higher spiritual plane than you are, and as a result, you'll naturally feel inclined to follow their lead, praise their insights, or seek their approval. In many cases, high vibration narcissists can be found in positions of leadership within spiritual or personal development communities. These are the people who lead yoga classes, meditation retreats, or self-improvement workshops. And while not everyone in these roles is a narcissist, it's a space that attracts them because it offers the perfect stage for them to be admired. The spiritual world, with its focus on self-growth and enlightenment, gives narcissists the ideal platform to feed their ego while appearing humble and wise. But don't be fooled by the serene exterior. Beneath the surface, high vibration narcissists are just as manipulative and controlling as any other narcissist. They use their position to exploit others emotionally, spiritually, and sometimes even financially. They may
And this fits the gambit for D-Ride and Deon, exploiting people's vulnerable mental and emotional and spiritual brokenness. That's why, as a healer of my own, I listen. As a healer, a bona fide healer, anointed by God, I would be lying if I told you that I didn't understand why it would be so easy for people to do what they do when they manipulate people under the guise of spirituality. That's why I have a huge, enormous, horrible taste in my mouth for a lot of these people like D. Ride and Deon. And it is a very difficult, slippery slope for legit life coaches like Dr. Shanita and many others of that high caliber who have done the work, the shadow work themselves first before they step out thinking that they can coach or assist anyone into a space of healing. Okay? It's people like D. Ride and Deon riding on this big D energy, exploiting destiny and enabling her to continue to be a professional clout chasing, freeloading groupie hater. That's just the way that I was dropped in my spirit with this. Let's go.
expect blind loyalty from their followers, and if you ever question their authority or challenge their wisdom, they'll quickly turn the tables on you. Suddenly, you're the one with the problem. You're too negative, too unevolved, too trapped in your lower vibration. They'll frame any dissent as an attack on their higher state of being, making you feel like you're the one who's failing, not them. And here's where things can get really dark. High vibration narcissists don't just want your admiration, they want control over your spiritual path. They might start giving you advice that feels more like commandments, telling you how to live, who to associate with, or what spiritual practices you should follow. Over time, you might find yourself losing your own sense of intuition and judgment because you've been conditioned to believe that they know better than you do. In extreme cases, this can lead to a kind of spiritual dependency, where you feel like you can't make any major life decisions without consulting them first. One of the most harmful aspects of high vibration narcissists is how they use spirituality to avoid accountability. Unlike a classic narcissist, who might lash out or become defensive when confronted, high vibration narcissists will often cloak their behavior in spiritual language to deflect criticism. If you call them out on their manipulation or mistreatment, they'll say things like, "You're projecting your negativity onto me," or "I'm just reflecting your energy back to you." These kinds of responses make it impossible to hold them accountable because they've framed the problem as your own spiritual shortcoming. In fact, one of their favorite tactics is to turn the conversation into a spiritual lesson for you. Instead of addressing the issue at hand, they'll use your confrontation as an opportunity to lecture you about your own spiritual.
You see this? Ain't that what happened when Mellow Mel money making Dr. Melody Cherie broke out that red phone the first time? Huh? And she said, "Listen, I haven't said anything. I've been just watching, listening, absorbing, collecting receipts. And I have 4 years of receipts in this here beautiful red phone. And now you done crossed the line again. See, last time when you crossed the line, I didn't do anything. This time, when you cross the line, I have my fly swatter and my slingshot. And I'm gonna take this ammunition that you sent to me in my phone in real time and fire back, pew pew, all of the rocks that you've been throwing at me, whether it's overtly or covertly. I'm handing all that back to you, one pellet at a time. I'm gonna slow walk this hole until I get tired. Okay, every time you open your mouth, starting with Wasteland Wander over there. Now I'm tired of you. So now it's time to put a cork in it. The clap back, you don't like the clap back. Now you wanna, this is the lecturing part, but they never can stand on they square in Melody's face and say the cockamamie contrived crap that they say on their individual platforms. I think Tisha was the only one stupid enough to say she felt disrespected by the room that she was assigned to. She was the only dummy that went that far with it. And she was eating it up too. She was eating every turd off that plate that they tried to serve to Mel and got totally humiliated in the most classy fashion I have seen in a long time among a group of women on a reality show. Okay? Got served. Okay? And now, guess what? They feel some kind of way. Oops, that stung. So now that I deliver your energy back to you and serve it to you better than you tried to serve me with it don't feel good, do it? Now you see the difference. Some people, I can show you better than I can tell you. All right? So I told you, you didn't let that sink in. Now I'm going to show you. Now that I'm showing you how it feels to fire that right back at you with the same exact and equal energy, just with a more polish on it. We don't like it, do we? That's what narcissists do. Enablers do it too. Let's go.
Growth. They might say, this is a chance for you to learn about forgiveness, or maybe this conflict is happening because you're not aligned with your higher purpose. By doing this, they not only avoid responsibility for their actions but also shift the focus back onto you, making you feel like you're the one who needs to evolve. This constant shifting of blame can leave you feeling confused, disoriented, and even guilty. You might start to question your own spiritual journey, wondering if you're not as enlightened as you thought, or if you're somehow blocking your own progress. But remember, this is exactly what the high vibration narcissist wants. The more you doubt yourself, the more you'll turn to them for guidance, which reinforces their control over you. So, what can you do if you find yourself dealing with a high vibration narcissist? First and foremost, trust your gut. If something feels off, even if it's coming from someone who seems enlightened, don't ignore that feeling. Just because someone speaks the language of spirituality doesn't mean they're practicing it in a healthy way. Pay attention to how you feel after interacting with them. Do you feel uplifted and empowered, or do you feel drained and uncertain about yourself? High vibration narcissists thrive on making others feel small so that they can feel bigger. It's also important to set boundaries. High vibration narcissists often use their spiritual persona to bypass normal boundaries, expecting you to give them your time, energy, and admiration without question. Don't be afraid to push back. If they react negatively to your boundaries, that's a red flag in itself. Healthy spirit.
Bingo. When you see an adverse reaction to someone, when you place a boundary, like when someone asks you a personal question and they're not familiar with who you are, you just met. You're like, oh well, that's an interesting question to ask. Why would you ask me that question? It's a little bit intrusive. And well, they get defensive and they get an attitude or get loud and ignorant. A lot of Black women are good for that. They think that they're entitled to pry into anybody's personal business just because they want to know. And when you say, I'd rather not discuss that, that's a little inappropriate question. Well, I was just curious. Okay. You can be curious. That doesn't mean I have to satisfy your curiosity. That's pushback. I don't want to discuss it. How many times have we seen people on this show and otherwise? I know we got people in our real life circles, who push the boundaries. Listen, I told you to move around up off that, get up off that. My sister is good for that shit. Just stay out of it. Nobody asked you. Okay, you are my sister. You're not my surrogate mammy. Okay, you don't run shit. You the auntie to these children. You don't run shit. You don't have no say so over not a goddamn thing that I'm doing over here as their mother. Okay, if you don't like my parenting style, which we don't talk, so I don't know how the hell you wouldn't like it. If you don't know nothing about me, if we haven't spoke and we don't have a real relationship or connection and flow of communication, how the hell you gonna have an opinion on what I'm doing over here? Pushback. Get back in your lane. And this is what these people don't like about Melody. Okay, they don't like the fact that now she's pushing back, because some people take silence as acceptance. That's just how stupid they are. They think, oh, she didn't say nothing, so I can keep going. I can go lower. I can go deeper. I can keep digging. I can keep poking. I can keep stabbing. I can keep trying to rip her apart because I feel some kind of way. I'm upset, so I can disrespect her, her children. Court declarations, okay, court rulings. I can override and supersede all of that because I am Big D Destiny or Thick Tongue Tisha or goofy ass Trisha. I could do whatever I want to do because I'm this, I'm that, I'm that. You self-proclaimed self-important idiot. I'm just over here making my money, making my moves, doing my thing, and sharing it with the world. And nobody said none of the stuff that you said that I said. Don't put words and energy in my mouth and in my spirit that I don't truly, authentically feel are accurate, that describe my motivation behind my steps that have been ordained and ordered by the masterful creator God. All right? Let me stop preaching. Let's go.
Spiritual leaders or mentors will respect your boundaries and encourage your autonomy, not try to control or manipulate you. Finally, don't be afraid to walk away. It can be difficult to leave a relationship or community where a high vibration narcissist holds influence, especially if you've invested a lot of time or energy into that space. But remember, no one's spiritual growth should come at the expense of your own mental and emotional well-being. You don't need someone else to tell you how to connect with your higher self. You already have everything you need within you.
Bam. There you go. Any spiritual coach, life coach, therapist, yoga instructor, Reiki instructor, tarot reader, you know, medium, whatever, they are going to encourage your autonomy and self-trust and discernment. Okay? What's going to happen? They're not going to enable you to continue to be stupid. All right? That said, I'm going to bounce for right now, and we're going to come back with it on the flip side, though. And I want y'all to drop them eagle feathers in the comment section, please. I love you. Thank you for rocking with your sister. Virgo season in full effect. I am so elated and grateful for all the beautiful birthday wishes, all the love, the texts, the calls, and just the beautiful thought. The thought that it takes to come through and leave a comment. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my soul. You have uplifted and enhanced the good feels. I am so very grateful. And with that, I'm going to be out on the flip. Black power, one love, black family, black love, autonomy. Okay? Autonomy. We're going to promote autonomy. We're going to promote boundaries. Okay? Y'all keep it funky. Chi-town with the get down. Until later.